It's your boy Nanguna in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode where, ladies and gentlemen, talking about the transfer news as we speak. First of all, there's a watch along for the biggest and the grandest game of Arsenal's season this time around. So we are talking about the semi-final second leg today at the Emirates Stadium. There's some news about it. There's some news about more transfer news update about a few players linked with Arsenal, and of course we have some comments and some excitements as to who could actually start tonight's game. Let's see what's going to happen. I'm really amped about the game that is coming up. So let's just talk about the big wigs. Let's talk about Arsene Wenger. So according to L'Equipe, Arsene Wenger could join Daniel X consortium, including Thierry Henry, Dennis Bergkamp, and Patrick Vieira, in their takeover bid for Arsenal. The role envisaged for the Invincibles involved would not go beyond an advisory role, nor would they contribute financially. So financially, it will be just Daniel Ek, and most importantly, Wenger and everyone is definitely the advisory board. Crazy stuff to think. But moving on, so talking about via Sport witnessed, Jorge Nicola says that there are possibilities that David Luiz will stay at Arsenal, with there being conversations over a new contract. Benfica and Fenerbahce have both made approaches for him and would have a chance to sign him if they offer the player a good project. It will only depend on exactly what is exactly portrayed in front of him. So for now, David Luiz looks adrift to go away from Arsenal. It's Arsenal's chance to sign him or let him go. Moving on, so from today, like afternoon times, I'm really getting this news a lot, and I thought to myself, I have to come and talk about it. So Aaron Ramsey is open to a farewell from Juventus this summer, according to a source named Ibian Il Bayano Coneru.com, something like that. So they say that Ramsey is inclined to play in the Premier League again and has an offer from Everton, but he would immediately leave only to return to Arsenal. Ramsey still feels capable of making a difference in England despite the difficulties encountered in Turin. The article says if there are roses, they will bloom under the London sun, hinting Ramsey would only leave UA for Arsenal. What a crazy bit of a report which suggests that Aaron Ramsey would want to come to Arsenal again. While talking about real news, the Sky Sports have suggested that Arsenal have been working closely with Met Police intelligence analysts as security is tightened at the Emirates Stadium. Fans breaking into Old Trafford on Sunday has prompted an increase in the number of stewards and police who will be inside and outside the Emirates Stadium. So no way is this game going to be sabotaged. Yeah, that's the word that I was looking for. So moving on, so Fabrizio Romano has come up with the statement that Ceballos is leaving 100%. He will be back at Real Madrid. I think he will be sold or loaned to another club, but he won't stay at Arsenal because they are planning for a different kind of midfielder, something different from Ceballos, like experience and strength. So they're not looking at Dani Ceballos. So Dani Ceballos' loan deal will not be made a permanent one as things stand, and they stand really strongly. So that definitely helps a lot of Arsenal fans' moods. So moving on, so Tierney says, I knew that going to Arsenal was a massive jump. It's not been easy, and the transition of the park was a lot harder than it was on it. But having had a bit of breathing space to reflect on things, it's made me a better player and a better person. Well, Tierney is happy about it, so who are we to deny him the opportunity? So first of all, full Arsenal squad revealed for Villarreal clash as Mikel Arteta faces big decisions on a quartet who were injured. So we all know that Unai Emery's team, speaking at his pre-match conference, Arteta says time to change it. We have to embrace the challenge, the opportunity we have ahead. I think it's only the 10th time. Okay, I just said this. So for a game like this, Arteta will be revealed that he'll have Tierney and Lacazette both involved in first team training on Tuesday. The duo have been sidelined because of the injuries and stuff. So let's see how things will turn out to be. The full Arsenal squad available to face Villarreal that has been announced is Leno, Ryan, Ronarson, Karl-Hein, Okonkwo. Defenders include Bellerin, Chambers, Soares, Gabriel Holding, David Luiz if fit, Mari and Tierney. Midfielders, Willian, Pepe. Tierney is available for, he's been named in the squad. Willian, Nicolas Pepe, Bukayo Saka, Reece Nelson, Xhaka, Partey, Cottrell, Elneny, Odegaard, Aziz and Emil Smith-Rowe, the midfielders. Strikers, Balogun, Martinelli, Nketiah, Aubameyang and Alexandre Lacazette. So, what is this image that I'm sharing with you? Well, this is how you could say that this is what Thomas Partey shared in his Instagram stories. So, taking to Instagram, Partey has uploaded a fixture advertisement graphic featuring himself, images of himself, the fixture and the kickoff time, suggesting that he will start this evening's contest. Interestingly, other members of the Arsenal squad have done the same this season, like Martinelli, Willian. So that is that. So it looks like Thomas Partey might be starting, and of course he has to be. Well, talking about Thomas Partey, even Pablo Mari shared this image. You can see the timing of the game at the semi-finals and everything. So Pablo Mari shared this on his Instagram stories as well. Mari has done his best to hype up the big game in North London, which would suggest that he would restore to the Arsenal's backline. So it could be Thomas Partey, of course, in the midfield with Granit Xhaka, but Mari and Holding might be holding that defense together tonight again, as we saw in the first leg. Well, the question is, will there be Kieran Tierney as the left back? And that is exactly I would want to see. I don't know about you guys. So moving on, so the nightmare Champions League scenario, Chelsea and Arsenal can hand Tottenham and Liverpool. There's a scenario that could see Tottenham miss out on next season's Champions League, even if they get a top 4 finish. Spurs are still firmly in the top 4 race following their comfortable 4-0 win over Sheffield United. There's little margin for error for Ryan Mason's side realistically, but they must win the remaining 4 Premier League games against Leeds, Wolves, Villa and Leicester, and hope the teams directly above them drop points. Currently the Foxes and Chelsea are the favourites to join the 2 Manchester clubs in the Champions League. The North London outfit are 7 and 5 points behind Leicester and Chelsea respectively, but Brendan Rodgers' side have shown in the past that they can be vulnerable. So if Tottenham are able to climb to the top 4, they may need to finish no lower than 3rd to secure an automatic spot. This is because Chelsea are in the Champions League final. Arsenal could be in the Europa League final. Due to a change in the UEFA regulations back in 2013, no more than 5 teams from the same league can compete in Europe's elite competition. So Tottenham, just like 6 years ago, would be in danger of missing out if they don't climb up the Premier League table in their remaining 4 games. As a result, this provides a nightmare situation of how Spurs could finish 4th and still miss out on the Champions League. The same thing is about Liverpool if they would actually join in. So let's see how things will be going on from here on. So Martin Keown advises Arsenal on their approach for the crunch Europa League semi-final second leg tie. He's got his words of encouragement, or rather his advice. He says, last week's first leg was possibly the worst performance of Arsenal's season. Thursday's second leg need to be their best. It's important they use as a number 9. Mikel Arteta's experiment with a false 9 did not work. Aubameyang was put in front of the press on Wednesday, so you expect he will start up top. Regardless of what his critics might think, he's still one of the best strikers in Europe. Aubameyang scored the goals that won Arsenal the FA Cup, with braces against City and Chelsea in the semi-final and final respectively. To have a marksman like him at the top of the team is important. It gives the group confidence, and goals are what Arsenal need on Thursday. The chant used to go 1-0 to the Arsenal. That scoreline would do for Arteta on Thursday, but I'm not sure this team possesses the ability to achieve it. They recently have 14 games without a clean sheet. Arsenal could do with coming out on Thursday, pressing high, going after Villarreal and scoring 2 or 3 goals to get themselves through. This is a huge clash because Arsenal are at crossroads, 9th in the Premier League, but so close to the Champions League if they can play this right. Would love to see that. So moving on. So it looks like UEFA chiefs are threatening 2 European bans for the 4 Super League rebels who have still not pulled out of the project. It looks like Alexander Safrin is likely to push for softer punishments on the English teams after their rapid U-turns and acceptance of error. Atletico Madrid, Inter, Barcelona and Juventus. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus and AC Milan have still formally break free of the they're still there, so that's the only thing that is actually keeping them away. So former Juventus boss Massimiliano Allegri is a leading contender to become Arsenal's next permanent managerial appointment. That's according to bookmakers Betfair, who priced the Italian at 13/5 to replace Mikel Arteta at the Emirates Stadium. The Gunners are anchored in 9th position, having lost a worrying 13 league matches this season and currently sit 12 points outside of the top 4. Europa League is their last remaining chance of getting a Champions League spot. So talking about the transfer news, of course Aubameyang is important, but Jordan Amavi, well, the one who was linked with Arsenal, the fullback to be the left back to be joining on in the summer. It looks like he will sign a contract extension with Marseille that will take him through to 2025, according to L'Equipe. Now, L'Equipe, actually, the left back's contract is due to expire in the summer, and although there were doubts over his future following a long injury layoff, he is now set to stay with the Ligue 1 club. Marseille president Pablo Longoria will then turn his attention to extending Florian Thauvin's contract, who is also approaching the end of his current deal. Arsenal are also one of the three options for Hakan Çalhanoğlu to consider as he edges towards an exit towards AC Milan. Juventus, Galatasaray and Arsenal are in for him. So with this we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Join in on the watch along and support Arsenal with the Indian Gooner. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.